when did you know? How much warning did you have about your fight on Matchroom's fight camp?
I've had a good few weeks, to be fair. Maybe 8, 6.
It's plenty of time.
So yeah, I've got plenty of time to get ready anyway. But hopefully, I've had the next level with staying ready.
Yeah. And what do you think of Mansoori as an opponent?
He's a good opponent. He's got a good record. He's boxed for a few titles. He's held the English title for a while. So it's a good one. But I'm very confident that I'm going to come away with a good win, a good performance, and I'm really going to set my name into. When people talk about the super welterweight division, when they say Fowler, Cheeseman, Fitzgerald, I need to make sure that they're going to say my name every single time, without doubt. That's my plan with this fight.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to get onto. Like, you're actually, you're in a really appealing division. Like, we saw Cheeseman and Edington last week. Obviously, there's Fowler there, and plenty more. So, like you say, you want to make a statement and make sure you're in the mix with people talking about those guys.
Yeah, 100%. Because sometimes they say my name, sometimes they don't. I want to make sure it's every time. That's what I aim to do with this fight.
Yeah. Like when you fought Cheeseman, obviously you got the draw there. Were you expecting that to sort of lead directly to a rematch? I guess it's been good for your career because you've signed with Matchroom since, so it has taken you places. But has what's happened since that fight been what you expected to happen?
I didn't expect a rematch straight away at all because I knew that he was set to fight Fitzgerald. I was his.
You were his tune-up fight for Fitzgerald.
I was his tune-up fight, and I was his choice. So I knew that I weren't going to get a rematch straight away, but hopefully one day we can, because I don't like that there's not a decision there. I don't like that people say he won. I don't like people say they think I won. I want it to be set there. I want it to be on the record, and I want that to be just behind me now. So I want that fight sooner or later. But I definitely would like to get that again. And for the rest of since that fight, it's pretty much gone sort of how I expected. Hopefully next year I can kick on another gear.
Yeah.
End of this year.
Yeah. So going into that Cheeseman fight, do you think they took you lightly or expecting you to be an easy night's work? Like, what do you think was their thinking in taking that fight with you?
I don't think they expected that. Because I'm tall, I'm big. I can be awkward if I want to be, and that's what I had to do anyway. Because I didn't have really that much notice. I was boxing around 3 rounders in that tournament, 4 rounder the next week. I weren't exactly in shape for a 12 rounder. Like I weren't signed with Matchroom at the time. I was just like kind of training and fighting, and it weren't the same. So I weren't really ready for a 12 rounder. So I had to be awkward. I had to like kind of conserve some energy throughout the fight. But
it worked for you, didn't it?
Yeah, it worked. I definitely don't think they expected an easy night because of all those factors with the height, size, and they know I can be awkward when I want to be.
Yeah. And how tough was that fight itself? Presumably, what was that the hardest fight of your career so far?
Yeah, it was tough, to be fair. The next day definitely shown that.
Yeah.
First 12 rounder, proper good fight. But it's nice. It was good to get that experience and learn from that fight massively, in many ways. So yeah, it was tough. It was tough, to be fair. But I truly believe that if me and Ted box again, it's not a tough night. He'll stand there and he'll have a fight. He'll want me to stand still and fight back. It's not going to be a tough night.
Yeah. What did you think about his performance against Edington the other day?
I'll be honest with you, it was entertaining, but does it entertaining doesn't mean that you've performed well. It means that's your level, and that's it, in my opinion. I weren't impressed. There was nothing there that fazed me at all. He's got just the same long, hard work rate, and that's it.
So you'd really relish that rematch with Ted?
Yeah, 100%. It's getting to the point where I'm like fed up of like nothing against you. I get to the point fed up of having to talk about it. I kind of like just want to get that fight and put it behind me. You know what I mean? Move on with my career, because that's last year, and it's still like what's going on now. Almost, it's like we've not moved anywhere.
Yeah,
I want to move forward now.
Yeah. Well, and what do you think of the other people the other sort of names in your division, like particularly Anthony Fowler and Scott Fitzgerald and boxers like that?
Yeah, if these fights have to be made for me to progress, then we take it. And so my aim is to progress. So in any way that it has to happen, I'll make sure that happens.
Yeah, like, outside of yourself, who do you think are the sort of people to beat in division? Like, do you rate? Well, I guess what's this? Like Scott Fitzgerald, I guess. Do you see him as sort of the number one person domestically?
I don't really know who I'd say is number one. Like I said, I definitely think the Cheeseman fight is a big fight to have, because of the result last time round.
Yeah.
But
and it helped that Cheeseman and Edington got a lot of attention. Like, a lot of people have been talking about that fight, so it's
definitely
it's pretty high profile.
Yeah, it's big profile fight now. In my opinion, so that's definitely the one that I'd be looking for.
Yeah. And what do you think of Fowler? Well, obviously, he's an Olympian, GB boxer, sort of touted. Well, he was a touted prospect. Like, how do you rate him?
Yeah, I think he's up there in the top 2-3 of the division. He's a good fighter. I don't know as much as I know about Ted. He's got a very good deceptive jab. He's obviously heavy-handed and whatnot, but I believe I'll beat every single one of these domestic super welterweights.